Well, this afternoon, not exactly safe to be out there with all of the rain and lightning around. This is from Kevin Pazernick. The rain over in West Columbia that was falling, and it was certainly coming down very heavy, which is what warranted the flash flood warning for central Richland County. Take a look at some pictures that we have received. This one from Jill Stewart in the Shandon area. You can see a tree completely across a parking lot. Unfortunately, you got one and looks like a second car underneath this tree. As far as another picture that we have received from this is courtesy of the Columbia Blowfish, and they sent them to our Derek Phillips, who forwarded the pictures to me. The water ponding on the field. Don't ever want to see that. That's unfortunately why they did call tonight's game. And we also received this picture from Paul Glab and Bobby Sutton. And hard to tell if this was caused potentially by a lightning strike or just the tree finally snapped and gave way, but a sure sign of Mother Nature that moved through the area today and the force of Mother Nature that moved through as well. Let's take a look at Skywatch Doppler radar. It is quieted down from that storm that fired up and did have a severe thunderstorm warning with it earlier this afternoon. Happened right during rush hour too, so a lot of folks unfortunately caught outside in this mess on the interstates. Traffic got backed up, but things have quieted down. We're watching for these clouds to continue breaking. Unfortunately, not the case just yet for all of the upstate, as they're still waiting for the last of their showers and thunderstorms to push out, but things should quiet down for them in about the next hour or so, and then the Palmetto State will be relatively quiet as we roll through the overnight time frame. 70s out there on the WeatherBug network as we take a look from Columbia to Charleston, even up to Rock Hill and Mount Pleasant. But the numbers on here, it just depends on where you are. Heathwood Hall over an inch of rainfall, but in Charleston only 9/100ths of an inch at Riley Park. And then you go up towards Rock Hill just before you cross into the Charlotte area in North Carolina, just shy of 8/10ths of an inch. And over at Mount Pleasant at WCBD TV there on our WeatherBug site, it didn't get any rainfall. As far as the numbers go, just depends on where you are. Really saw things explode with the heating of the day today, and now that we've lost that heating of the day factor, things are quieting down out there. Now it's a different setup than what we experienced the last couple of weeks where we saw soggy weather. See, the last couple of weeks we had the jet stream, the strongest winds in the upper parts of the atmosphere. It took a dive south. It brought cooler air in place, and it also locked in an area of low pressure that gave us all of that rainfall that we experienced, while heat and dry weather were locked to the west. However, we've seen a shift in that as the jet stream has lifted northward. That has allowed all that heating and a ridge of high pressure to return, which means that temperatures in the 90s today. We topped out at 93 in Columbia, but typical of what you would see this time of year. It's good news that we saw that shift because the rain is finally out west where they need it after several weeks of heat. And despite today's pop-up storms, we're finally getting the chance to somewhat dry out after seeing soggy weather for a long period of time. Future Watch confirming dry weather as we go through the overnight hours, but patchy fog a concern. And then as we go into tomorrow, take a look with the heating of the day, the potential for more storms to fire up again. They'll be isolated to scattered out there, so not everyone will get in on the thunderstorm potential, and things will quiet down once we lose the heating of the day factor tomorrow. 73 tonight, muggy, patchy fog, so please give yourself a little extra time in the morning. It'll be humid tomorrow. Pop-up storms expected in the afternoon with highs in the low 90s. And as we look at your 7-day forecast, we're staying in the 90s with the exception of Sunday. We're back to that summer pattern, as you can see, not only this week, but into next week, the possibility of thunderstorms firing up each day. This is Watch Fox News at 10. We're back after this.